Something had to change, something had to give. And ultimately, we decided now was the time, and I quit.
Mountain Man. Mountain Man.
Treasures.
What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here. I'm a reseller based out of Montana. That means I go to estate sales, thrift stores, garage sales, wherever it is. I find things that I think are priced lower than market value, so then I can buy them and then sell them for a profit online. I do that for the most part on eBay. We've been doing this for a number of years now, and then doing the YouTube channel as well, working to teach you what I've learned, and in the process, I and we all, as a reseller community, learn from each other. It's a fantastic thing, and I've really enjoyed doing that over the last few years here on the channel and being part of that community. And recently, here in my life, I have come to the point where we had to make a decision. Something had to change, something had to give, and ultimately we decided now was the time, and I quit.
I'm out.
Yeah, I quit. Couldn't do it anymore. I quit. If you've been a viewer of the channel for some time now, I generally lead off with, I'm a part-time reseller. If you notice, the last few times I haven't said that. It's because I'm no longer a part-time reseller. This is the day job now, which is going to mean multiple things. It is now going to mean that I have to tell everybody I used to be in a day job on the radio. And when I got done there, that's when I started doing eBay and YouTube. Now I'm going to get a whole lot more of those comments, I suppose, of, hey, you should be on the radio. You know what? I've been on the radio. I've done that. That's what I've been doing for the last, almost 6 years. Actually, that was the first job I had in high school. Sophomore year of high school, I started working at a local radio station. I never had that, McDonald's job or the gas station job or whatever. That was my first real job. And then went to college, did that again. At some point in college, sort of hooked up with the sports department at a newspaper, and started to learn the newspaper industry, and turned out I was really good at that. And so wound up starting as a part-time call taker on Friday nights until ultimately was the assistant sports editor there at that place, and hit my ceiling there. And so moved on, was a sports editor somewhere else in Oregon, actually was where that was. Came back here to Montana, worked in sports again in multiple places, and then finally moved to radio. And now I no longer have a job. At least not a job in the traditional sense. Though I haven't had a traditional job, at least in the hours that I've worked, really ever. I mean, you look at newspaper that I did for so long. I was in sports. When did sports happen? Sports happen at night. And so I didn't go to work until late afternoon. I usually got home about 1 a.m. And then when I started radio, that starts early. The morning shows, you got to get there early. And so my alarm was going off at 3:30. I've worked two completely opposite schedules, never in the middle, and after a while, you get tired of going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and at a different stage in your life, getting up at 3:30. It gets to be tough. Reselling, as I said, I've loved being a part of this community, and we've done very well at it. We've cut years and years off of our student loans. We should probably pay those off within the year, thanks to eBay. The plan was, we're not going to make any kind of changes until we pay off those loans. But ultimately, my daughter, Mountain Kid, is finishing up her junior year of high school, and then she's going to be heading off to college somewhere, not Montana. She's probably going to be over on the East Coast somewhere. She likes the idea of living, working, going to school in a big city. In Montana, we don't have those. We don't have big cities, and so that's where she's going to end up. And so her senior year, it's time to spend time. It's time to have the freedom that reselling allows us to go to do things. In fact, tonight, as I'm recording this, here in a couple hours, she and I are going to a movie. We're going to see Morbius tonight. That movie starts at 7:30. I would not be able to go to that movie with her if I had to get up and go to work tomorrow at the radio station. Or I could, but I'd be exhausted. Right now, yeah, let's do it. Let's go to a movie. I get to do real grown-up adult things now, which is awesome. But the big thing is hanging out with the kid. And, Mountain Mama is a teacher, so she gets summers off, like obviously the kid. And so now this summer that we decided to do it right ahead of the summer. One, because it's right ahead of the garage sale season, right? So if I'm going to do it, let's do it right ahead. And that way we can head straight into this thing. And then two, then we have the summer. I think we're going to go back to Vegas for maybe a week this summer. We might take a couple other weekend trips. Next summer we'll be doing some things as well. I'll be able to take trips to help pick a college. I'll be able to do an awful lot of things. That is something that reselling allows us. Now, in terms of the business, what's going to change? Hopefully, volume, right? Hopefully I can go to more sales. I can buy more things. I can list more things. Ideally, that's how the math works. One thing this week I've been trying to figure out, what does a schedule look like for a full-time reseller? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like for me. It's been spring break, and so it's a little bit different. I think once school starts back up again and I'm here by myself, that'll help sort things out a little bit more. But in terms of YouTube, it probably means more videos, right? It may mean, though, we've been doing a lot of our videos as premieres in the morning, because that's when I could take a break for 15 minutes at work and hang out with you guys. I'm not sure if we'll still do that. I think we will do that. I should correct myself there. We will still do that, but I don't know if it's going to be at the same time, and I don't know the frequency. I still have to figure out how that works best. I think we're going to be doing a few more whatnot auctions during the week, during the afternoon, because I have a lot of stuff I need to work on organizing and clearing out some of this bulk. I just have too much stuff right now, and so a good way to pass it on is to use whatnot for us. It's a good way to reduce some of the volume. You guys get good deals, and I move some stuff out, right? We'll probably be having more of those sales during the afternoon. And otherwise, I'm not sure what changes. Part of the reason we can do this is we sat down, did the math, and Mountain Mama's salary as a teacher pays the bills. Right? It pays everything that we need to pay from mortgage to, electricity and insurance and all of that stuff. It takes care of that. Now, if we want to eat and if we want to drive places, I've got to sell a few things, right? That's the money. That's the difference. So it's a little bit different than those that are full-time resellers, and that is the job, and they're supporting their family. Right, that's a little bit different, but it's certainly a different scenario for me. It's going to change my mindset on a few things. As a part-time reseller, I was sometimes looking at things going, you know what, I could sell that for a profit. I kind of don't want to, right? Whether it's because it's big and bulky or it's breakable or I just don't like it, whatever. I might have to rethink some of that now because I have to bring in that money. So that does change the mindset a little bit. I've also sort of made my way to this point on very often on the scraps. I've been learning the niches. I've been learning the stuff that other people miss because I can't get to the sales right away and I can't get to as many. I can now. I don't have any excuses. So hopefully for videos, that means better finds and more finds for you guys. And I've got to come up with a good way to get that all listed and get it inventoried and all of that. I'm still working on getting my SKU system a little bit better. Now I remember what bin that's in. I got to start using the SKUs a little bit better. And so there's things that I've got to fix. There's things that I've got to do better. But I'm excited. It's a big change. Obviously, for me, it's scary. It's going off of that high dive. But I'm banking on myself. And this is a point in our nation's history, at least right now, where we went and got takeout the other night at Panda Express. Got the really good American Chinese food. Love that stuff. And on their window, they're advertising, they're hiring it up to, I think, $18 an hour right now. So in 6 months, if I realize, you know what, this was a terrible idea, I can pretty much find a job anywhere and get a decent wage, and go back to part-time, right? This is a good time to bank on yourself. And so we've done the math, we've sat down, we've looked at all the figures, and this is going to work. I just have to do the work, and I have to continue doing what I'm doing and selling stuff on eBay to make a profit. So that is the big news, and it's not, I know it's coming out on April Fool's Day. Hopefully I'm not making a fool of myself with this decision, but no joke. This is my reality now. I am a full-time reseller based out of Montana. It's the first time I've said that. That's weird. So wanted to let you guys know what was going on with that, and we'll see what this channel, what my store evolves into. It has let me sort of change. We changed the way we were doing the what solds. Before, when it would sell, I had very limited time. So when things would sell, I'd literally run here into the garage. I'd pack stuff up piecemeal. Right? Like, oh, I can pack that movie. And I'll run in here, do it 5 minutes, and I go back and continue watching the show or whatever we were doing, because I had to get that stuff packed. I didn't always have time after work. Now I have changed it around. I'm packing, for the most part, once a day now. And I have got to film all of that. And so it's changing my schedule a little bit. But it lets me shoot, the actual stuff. I can show you there on the shipping table over here. Here is the thing that sold. I couldn't really do that before. I didn't have the time. So things like that are going to change. I know this is very much stream of consciousness, rambling all over the place.
What are you talking about?
I appreciate you bearing with me on that. But I suppose with that in mind, we should, rather than me just talk about myself for a little bit, we should actually give you some good reseller content, something that you can actually use if you've stuck around through like 10 minutes of this. Let's take a look at the stuff that I've sold, announcing it for the first time as a full-time reseller. All right, guys, so here is what we are shipping out today. Didn't have it set aside and bringing in one by one. We're just going to pull it off the pile and make a new pile. And I'll tell you what we sold it for. We're playing around with new things, so let's do new things, right? Let's just start over here. Lots of media that we've been selling, right? And here is another one, Le Mans with Steve McQueen Blu-ray. This one's selling for $9.98 plus shipping. Then let's see, Moon Knight right here. Moon Knight now on Disney Plus. And so back when they announced that this was going to come out, I bought quite a few Moon Knight titles. And so now I've listed them. I got to it a little bit late, unfortunately, but I listed them just before it came out. So we'll see how it does. And we've sold a few. This one we sold for, this is number 21, 1982. You meet Brother Voodoo in this one. And it sold for $19.76 plus shipping. So good turnaround on that. I got them, of course, all for pretty cheap before everybody knew it was going to be on Disney. Werewolf, I told you in that video that it doesn't have a great sell-through. And so when I priced it low to start with, somebody sent me an offer of $3 plus shipping. And so I took it. So Werewolf going out for a whole $3 plus shipping. How about this guy, White Buffalo with Charles Bronson? This is a relatively rare title, and it does have a good sell-through rate, and it sold for a nice price. We got $14.73 plus shipping on that. Cabaret just sold $9.98 plus shipping for Cabaret. It's the Blu-ray, and then it's got, it's pretty cool. It's got a book with it as well. So if you're curious about the movie, it's got pictures, behind-the-scenes stuff. Pretty neat. So Cabaret going out the door, and literally before we hit the button just minutes ago, we're adding this to it. Green Inferno, a horror title here. This one's selling, I think, an offer that I sent out, $8.54 plus shipping on that one. Rock Band 3. Rock Band 3 sold. This is a good title for the PS3. If you find this one, pick it up if it's a good price, because the sell-through rate is very, very high on this one. It actually took a little bit longer to move than I thought, but I priced it pretty aggressively. I knew it would sell. So $23.44 plus shipping on Rock Band 3. We've got another video game over here I guess we could do. This is Sega Genesis Mortal Kombat 2, and the old hard case on this one. This a cool title, and it sold for $14.73 plus shipping. More media over here. Boardwalk Empire seasons 1 through 5. Season 1 is on DVD, and then the rest are on Blu-ray. So it's a little bit of a mix and match, but still has 1 through 5, and it sold for $29.81 plus shipping. We can move it back once we move this guy forward. This is pretty cool. It's Greenbrier, which I think is like the dollar store version of these. And I got a message from a kid. And sometimes people tell you that it's a kid, and I'm not sure if I fully believe it or not. But judging by the message and everything, I do think that it was a kid. We're just going to lay him down there. So this, the Blue Ninja, I got him in a lot of other characters and stuff like that. I had him listed at $9.98 free shipping. And the kid sent me a message at, I think it was $7, with a message with an offer saying that it was for his brother's birthday, and his mom gave him $20 to spend, and he already had bought a couple things, but his brother has a collection of these, like white and green and red. He doesn't have the blue one, and they can't find it anywhere. And so he really wanted to get this for his brother for his birthday, but he didn't have enough money to spend on $10 free shipping. So I did send him a counter at $8.50, and I explained to him, hey, unfortunately, shipping is pretty expensive. And he said, yeah, I understand. So he sent me an offer of $7.98. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to quibble. And just in case it is actually for a little kid's birthday, let's make him happy. So $7.98 free shipping for the generic dollar store ninja. He is actually pretty cool. That's why I listed him. I thought, you know what? This guy's generic, but it's rare, random, and looks cool. So I did list it, and hopefully we're making a little kid happy on his birthday. Over here, we've got In Grave Danger. This is from the Scottish Bakehouse Mysteries. Remember, we sold one of those already, and now we sold another one. This is a really good title to look out for. Some of them are worth like $2, and some of them are worth $30, $40. I still haven't figured out exactly how to tell which is which, other than just to run the comp. But this thing sold in about a week of listing for $39.86 plus shipping. Not bad on a little $1 book from Goodwill. We sold a little pin. This is a Yamaha snowmobile. There you go. I know it's glaring. Yamaha snowmobile pin, vintage pin. And I'm pretty much nothing into this one, I guess, because it actually came on a hat. So I picked up a hat, and that pin was on it. Sold the hat already, and so the pin is just bonus. And so it's been sitting around for a while, but obviously takes zero room. And so it was just in my smalls bin, and eventually we did get a sale on that. So $16.39 plus shipping on the little Yamaha pin. We sold this Callaway hybrid head cover. Actually, this is a retail arbitrage pickup. I got it for $1. I actually have, I think, 5 others still left. And so this paid for all of them, basically. And now all the rest that sell are little bits of profit. So $1 in, and I sent out an offer because I picked up a watcher. I had them at $7.98, sent out an offer of $7.58, and they took me up. So $7.58 plus shipping for the Callaway head cover. Forgot one media thing over here. River Monsters. This is a good title to watch out for too. Animal Planet. This guy goes all over the world and shows different fishing techniques and uses some of his. When he goes to different countries, he uses some of theirs. He catches monster fish. Jeremy Wade, he's actually a very good host, and this is a very interesting show if you're at all into that sort of thing. I like this show. And so when I saw it at Goodwill, I knew it was probably worth picking up for $3, and it was, because this one is now going out the door for $19.42 plus shipping. And then one more to add on here is another Moon Knight, and this one is a series. This one is, I think, my favorite cover. I didn't have one, unfortunately, but I had 2 through 6, and this cover is just incredible. Just the use of colors, and just I really, really like what they did with that cover. This one is the most valuable of the lot, is number 2, and these will sell on their own. sometimes, at least right now for like 30, 40 bucks, I think. But there's 2, 3's not super valuable. I don't think 3, 4, 5 really all that valuable, but it's nice when you can get a run to put them all together. And so 2 through 6 for Moon Knight. This from 1985, the Fist of Khonshu series, and this sold for $49.91 plus shipping. So that's not a bad list of things that sold as a full-timer, right? I mean, officially, it's been this entire week, but we had to get things situated. It's been a busy week, and wanted to let you guys know what was going on. So I sure appreciate you being a part of this whole thing. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me to be able to make this decision. You know, we're not making a lot of money off of YouTube, believe me, but we are making a little bit of money, and that is certainly going to help us. You never know what you're going to sell on eBay, and so you can't count on a certain amount of money coming in. I can count on YouTube as being at least X amount of money, right? You know, a few $100s a month, I know are going to come in because of YouTube, and that's because of you guys. So thank you so much for being a part of this whole thing, and I look forward to seeing where this thing takes us in the future. I hope you guys are along for the ride. We'll see you.